everyone, it's Jenny. So I've been getting quite a few messages from my international subscribers asking how to get the Weak Hero Class 1 script book, and honestly, I have some bad news. I checked like 5 different Korean online bookstores, and none of them offer international shipping for this thing, which is so frustrating. But here's the good news. I bought it, I'm currently reading through it, and today I'm going to share some behind-the-scenes details that you might have been curious about. This should help quench that thirst for script book content that international fans who can't get their hands on it have been feeling. Quick heads up though, I can't photograph the pages because of copyright issues, but I can definitely share my thoughts and the insights I'm discovering. If you haven't watched both seasons yet, this is your spoiler warning because we're going deep today. Alright, so let's start with something I found really interesting. You know, Weak Hero was actually director Yoo Soo-min's directorial debut, but he managed to create this masterpiece. What's even more impressive is that he didn't just direct it, he also wrote the screenplay. And it turns out he had some really thoughtful literary inspiration for Su-ho and Si-eun's relationship. Apparently, he conceptualized their entire connection, based on Hermann Hesse's classic novel Demian, specifically the bond between Sinclair and Demian. Like, he even planned to include this line when Su-ho mistakenly shows up at Si-eun's house. What would have happened to that boy's world if Demian had never come to find Sinclair? And honestly, once you know this, everything clicks into place. In Hesse's novel, Demian is this mysterious older figure who awakens Sinclair to a deeper understanding of himself and the world. This red t-shirt wearing boy does the exact same thing for this isolated boy. He pulls him out of his shell where he never wanted to make any friends into this fuller experience of friendship and emotional connection. It's really thoughtful when you think about it. But wait, it gets even more interesting. The director also drew inspiration from anime, specifically Evangelion. You know that devastating scene where Si-eun just goes off on Yongbin's crew? The director wrote that entire violent outburst while watching Shinji's breakdown scenes from Evangelion. And after looking up Shinji's scenes, the parallels are actually striking. Both characters are these isolated boys trapped in their own shells, dealing with intense loneliness. Shinji has his thing with Kaworu, while we know the director officially confirmed Su-ho as Si-eun's first love. Both have these explosive moments where all their suppressed emotions just erupt into violence. Let's talk about some of the content that got cut from the final version. There's this club scene where Yongbin's talking about how Si-eun's soul can't be broken no matter how much they bully him. Right? Well, in the original script, Jung-chan had this much more explicit line where he mockingly asks if Su-ho and Si-eun are dating because Su-ho keeps protecting him. This was actually adapted from a webtoon scene where Beom-seok secretly photographs these two guys walking together and shares it with other bullies. They cut this from the drama, but it shows how even the antagonists were picking up on the intense connection between them. Oh, and here's something that'll break your heart. There was supposed to be this scene where after Su-ho falls into a coma, Youngie runs to Beom-seok's house and blocks their car. In the original script, he actually jumps out and slaps the girl across the face. Can you imagine? That would have been so intense to watch. Alright, so here's something that made me laugh. The way each actor prepared for their role perfectly matched their character. Park Ji-hoon went to study cafes and analyzed the script line by line, even thinking about how his scene partners would deliver their lines. So perfectly Si-eun, right? Choi Hyun-wook just read all his dialogue out loud and grasped the overall flow. Classic Su-ho, straightforward and practical. And Hong Kyung, he casually read through everything and went with what felt right. Totally fits the character he was playing. But here's where it gets emotional. During that scene in episode 7 where Su-ho visits injured Si-eun at home, Choi Hyun-wook actually teared up while filming. Like, he was genuinely moved by the scene. Well, let's talk about something that'll absolutely destroy you emotionally. At the end of filming, the actors wrote messages to each other as their characters. This boy's message to Su-ho was, "I really admired you. I loved you so much. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry." Su-hoya and Si-eun's message to Su-ho, "I want to go back to that time." Su-ho wrote back to Si-eun, "You're doing well on your own, right?" Guardian Angel Su-ho, "I'm not crying. You're crying." This is just a side note unrelated to the script book, but I want to address something that's been bothering a lot of subscribers. Remember when Su-ho initially refused to help rescue Si-eun from Seokdae's crew? He said, "I'm not that close with him. Tell a teacher." And fans were like, "What? How could Su-ho be so cold?" Choi Hyun-wook actually explained this in an interview. He said they genuinely weren't that close yet at that point in the story. Su-ho has this practical, one-dimensional side. He was annoyed at being woken up, had to work later, and was honestly thinking, do I really need to go all the way there? It wasn't callousness, just honesty about where their relationship stood. Here's a fun detail that's not from the script book, but I know fans have been curious about. You know those KakaoTalk messages that flash on screen super briefly? I actually paused and enlarged the screen to read their conversation. This boy who's always sleeping because he works part-time jobs all night asks where his best friend is. And the fighter's most studious friend went to eat lunch first with the boy he always wanted to take care of. And Suho's like, "Wow, traitor. Stay right there. I'm rushing over." It's so cute and normal, you know? The most beautiful part? Even the creative team and actors were discovering new depths as they worked. Hong Kyung's realization about Si-eun and Suho's connection, the director's literary framework, the careful adaptation from the webtoon. It shows how collaborative storytelling can create something that resonates on so many levels. Reading all this doesn't diminish the magic of what we saw on screen. It enhances it. It shows that the emotional impact we felt was crafted with incredible artistic vision and care. Thanks for listening to another one of my deep dives, and I'll catch you in the next episode.